So now that that ball has dropped and we are a week into 2023, you may be looking for new ways to be happy.
Of course, we had to bring in our lifestyle contributor, Jasmine Stringer, here with some ideas. Jasmine, always great to see you.
Nice to see you. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
I'm saying it, and it's the 10th, so give me some grace. I know you said, how long should you
But we haven't seen you since then, so it's a pass. It's fine.
Yes, thank you.
Yeah.
Wait, so talk to us. To you, happiness is more than an emotion. It's more than a feeling.
Right. You know, I really think that we use these external factors that make us happy. But I like to think of happiness as that satisfaction we have with our life, like that overall feeling that we have when it comes to our well-being, like contentness.
I like that. I like that contentness. I see you have a book here.
I actually have my book because
This
I'm going
is
to go
your
to one
book.
of the tips. Yeah, you didn't know I wrote a book, AJ.
Yeah.
See,
Oh,
something you
very
learned
good.
about me.
I'm
Very
learning
good.
today.
Yeah, you're learning today. But let's start with our first tip. So the first tip is social fitness.
Okay.
Now, I know we think about our fitness in the gym and we're working out, but we need to think about our social fitness. Now, there are two Harvard professors who have a book that recently came out, Dr. Waldinger and Dr. Schultz, and they interviewed two generations of people for over 80 years. So this is like scientific stuff. And it says that, you know, we need to make sure not only do we have our social friends, our social network, but people that we can confide in. So I kind of think of Grey's Anatomy, and, you know, they always say, who's your person?
Yeah.
So who is your person that you can confide in? And then who are your people that you can go to for a good time?
Okay, I like that. What about this 8-minute phone call?
I've been reading about this.
Isn't this a wonderful idea? And as I was driving in, I was like, you know what? I used to do the 8-minute phone call, and I wasn't even cognizant of it. So this is the idea that if there's a person you want to connect with, somebody that's been on your mind, someone you miss, a family member, a loved one, that you reach out to them and you say, hey, do you have 8 minutes for a call? And more than likely, they're going to say, yes, give me a call at 2 p.m., give me a call at 4. And you call them and you speak to them. The first thing is that you honor the 8 minutes. So you are not going to go over 8 minutes. So a person like me would need to set a timer and say, okay, well, gosh, I see we're coming up on 7 minutes, 30 seconds. It's been so good talking to you, AJ. You know what? I've missed you. Why don't we schedule a happy hour and get together? And so then if it goes well, you can schedule something new. If it doesn't go well, then you're like, okay, that's why I hadn't talked to you.
That's my time. There's
Bye. Downer. Bye. Bye, Felicia.
So one of the things, Jasmine, that you did when you sat down in the commercial break was you asked us to write something we accomplished last week.
Right.
Yes.
And so, I mean, and you guys struggle, so I'm going to tell on you. You struggle.
We did. We both
And you see who has a Post-it note and who doesn't. And I bought a mason jar just for I bought a mason jar just for AJ. But this is really, you know, I loved last week when people were sharing their accomplishments for the year, and like what they, and I'm like, oh yeah, I kind of have some of my accomplishments. But this goes back to the alternatives to New Year's resolutions. Take time to reflect and do it weekly. Like we don't do that enough. And I think this is a wonderful family activity. If you did it with your girls and your son and your husband, and everybody put something, you could do one family jar or you could do individual jars, and you know, pull them out at the end of the year, or pull them out when you're like, I haven't accomplished anything, and you're feeling down, and you maybe need a pick-me-up, or you need to, you know, some little motivation, like, oh yeah, well, what have I done earlier this year? So yeah.
Mine was small. It was just I had 2 sick kiddos last week, and I just took care of them, and I comforted them, and you know, one of them wrote me a little note, thank you, mommy. So I just thought that is one thing that I really I accomplished. I did that, and it, you know, it's what you would do, but
not only that, but it made you feel good too. They gave you the sense of inner happiness.
And then it goes to the final point. You know, you want to have a gratitude practice. You know, I start my day with 5 things I'm thankful for. And not only do we need to have a gratitude practice about what we're thankful for, but I think we need to do a better job of telling people that we're thankful for them and the things they've done. Like your daughter writing that note for you.
Very good
I think of that post Shayla did for you and the kindness that you extend.
Post Shayla does all the time. So many of us.
Jasmine, we're running out of time. Want to let you know that you can find more of Jasmine's lifestyle tips and her thoughts on the day on her blog, Carpe Diem with Jasmine. Go to WCCO.com/links, and it will get you there.